Good evening, good morning. Say that because it's like 1:30 in the morning. Yeah, 1:31. Sitting here watching YouTube on my little tablet at the moment. My larger one, I was having it sit and charge for a while in the car, but I had to bring it in. It's like 40%, but that's fine. I'll just watch this till it's pretty much dead, and then I'll go to the other one. But no, I ended up just saying fuck it and said I was just gonna stay the night at the house here. Enjoy a nice little fire. Well, tablet. I don't know how many times, when somebody's got to understand they got to like regain your trust amongst all the other shit that they destroyed with you. They may have regained your forgiveness. You haven't stopped loving them, but it's like, do you understand that like I'm still pretty upset with you? I'm still pretty hurt by you. I don't trust you. I'm struggling to respect you right now because when trying to communicate and address these things, it's not about attacking. And when you shut down or you just sit there and get into an emotional defensive stage where you either just give the fucking I hate you look or the bottling or just nothing but anger, and you can see them, the internalized rage. You can see it in their fucking eyes. And it turns into deflecting, avoidance, emotional shit. And it's like, the reason why we keep going in circles and it's like I keep repeating myself is because I'm trying to get you to reciprocate in the conversation. This isn't about shame, guilt. This is about how do we find a fucking solution? Because you know what? You can sleep at night and forget about what you did because you didn't have a bad time. You enjoyed yourself. You enjoyed hurting someone. And what it is, you want to control someone. And I got to the point, I recognize it's what you want to do. You want control of everything in your life. And if you can't have that control, it makes you feel uncomfortable, gives you anxiety, and yeah. And yet, at the same time, you still want to do whatever the fuck you want to do. That's why it's like, no more. I've made it clear. I've got boundaries. I had to, I've having to battle a lot of shit within myself because it's like, I'm willing to work with this person. I'm willing to try and correct this shit with somebody. I'm willing to try to find solutions with them. But the key part of it is with them, not by myself, not them sitting and listening, all that shit. It's with them as a person. As, trying to make it right. Like, how do we move forward from this? And your idea is, let's just drop it and forget about it. You know how many years I had to listen to them complain and bitch and be angry about their husband cheating on them? But I'm supposed to, like, within 3 months, I'm supposed to already been done, like, moved on. And then when I find out within the last month that it wasn't just one guy, it was the fact that she pursued multiple. And again, don't be taking this and using this as a weapon on her. It's not the intent of what I'm doing here, and I don't want that happening. It's just I'm sitting here, I'm trying to communicate with her, do all this shit, and it's like, look, you've done all these things, and you expect me to just forget and move on, and just go, okay, well, we can jump from you running me through like they did, and then they suddenly want to go, well, let's just automatically jump to the end game and just tie the knot. And it's like, I'm all for that. I want that. Yeah, I would have jumped that right immediately. And I kept telling them this whole time, if you don't put your bullshit away and learn to communicate and reciprocate and work through this shit, this isn't happening because I can't trust you. And if I can't trust that you can try to directly work through this instead of just bottling it, internalizing it, doing all this shit, doing anything and everything to not do it, I'm not wasting my time anymore. I've done as much as I can, and I can't do it anymore. I did make it clear that, because like when I was trying to get them added help, and I already know this right now. Regardless of where I would have gone, the outcome would have been the same. When trying to explain to them what's going on, what's been going on, what has all been happening over the years, and that this shit's got to stop. And because of what she did, she's turned me into one of those people where she specifically is concerned. Because I don't take I'll put it in this percent. I don't take what my wife did, my ex-wife did, and put it on her. I don't take Kimberly or Angela, the two that I dated, before my wife, before I got married and all that. I don't hold their actions on each other or the current or my ex-wife. I don't do that. It's on the individual. So I that's how I look at that. So it's like I don't carry the baggage of somebody else's shit with me into another relationship. Basically, I have my own baggage that I have to deal with. I've got more now, and given where she's concerned, I told her, I was like, look, I don't trust you. You did some seriously fucked up damage. This has been going on for multiple years, and you're turning me into that guy that it's like, look, if I was to marry you right now, with the way I feel about the situation and how much I trust you, I would not allow you to have a relationship with your friends Jason or Bray. I would not allow you to have any friendships with people online that I don't know who the fuck they are. If you're not related to them, we didn't go to school with them, or it's not somebody that you can verify even from work, I wouldn't want them even on your friends list. I wouldn't want them anywhere on there. I wouldn't want them on your phone anywhere. And it got to a point, the point I explained to her, I was like, look, even your mom influenced you to do a lot of this fucked up shit. I wouldn't even want you to be conversing with your mom. It's like, I'm at the point, I was like, you turn me into one of those guys because as much as you're willing to protect yourself from doing the right thing, like you're doing everything to avoid doing it. It's like, I'd rather keep protecting what I did wrong and keep trying to justify it by avoiding it, which is not okay. When I made my fuck up mistake, I didn't go making excuses and lies and doing all this shit to try and get away from it or avoid it. As much as, like, my parents and I have had our issues over the years and still do, in some ways, not a lot, but in some ways, I do appreciate the fact that my parents raised me with some fucking decent fucking morals. Like, you fuck up, you face it. Take accountability, take action. Even though it fucking sucks to talk about it, you don't want to think about it, you're going to have to fucking face it and deal with it until it's dealt with. And a lot of times, it might take a little while for different ones to finally go, okay, accept it or what have you. But you have to be like, straight up front about it from the start. You can't turn around and go 1 month like, yeah, it was so-and-so. And then next thing you know, you find out a few days later, there's another guy that you told him, what the fuck? The whole time we were together, you were fucking pursuing this guy too, along with these other ones? And there's more than that? Because I'm not stupid. This didn't happen over a month. This has been something that's been going on a long time. And every fucking time she left, it was for somebody else. I know her mother had a big influence on that, and part of that had to do with making her feel like she has to be in a constant competition with her sister over fucking money and lifestyles. Dismissing her shit. It's like, where'd you get that from? I know where you got that from. It's too much. And I'm just so burned out by it, and I'm still trying to process everything. And, it's like I was saying, one day I find out it's one person, next thing I'm finding out there's two people, and then a fucking month later I'm finding out there's three more, and how many more? I'm tired of the lying. And because there's been enough lies, and every time I get told, oh, that was the whole truth. But then a few days later, so that's the truth now too? 'Cause with the second guy, that's the whole truth? Are you sure? Oh, a month later, you accidentally slip up, and it's like, who are those guys? Those were men you were actually pursuing, and you admitted to it. That tells me you've been doing this with more men. And then you turn around and tell me, well, that's the whole truth. 3 times you've told me that was the whole truth. And all 3 times there's more and more shit. I don't want any fucking part of this. I don't want to be that guy who turns around and says, you know what? I'm going to fucking bust your fucking phone. I'm going to bust your fucking computer. I'm going to bust your shit so you have no fucking contact or of any way other than a dial-up fucking phone for the home. I'm not going to keep you from talking to your family and all this shit, but I'm definitely going to keep you from fucking doing this shit. I'm not going to take your fucking word. You haven't given me a reason to. Because every fucking time I find out something new, I get told that's the whole truth. Really? What am I going to find out in a week from now? What am I going to find out a month from now? 2 months from now? She hasn't stopped. She's not dealing with this shit. She's dealing with her fucking childhood. She ain't dealing with this. She's still got her fucking little list of how many. I'm not stupid about it. Why be so fucking defensive and angry and try to cover your shit up and be so secretive about it if you ain't still doing it? If you really want fucking commitment, that means you have to be open about everything what you're doing with the person that you want to be with. And if you have problems, you have to be open about everything that's involving that problem. You both do. Communicate so that you can find a solution together. Not sit there and keep fucking fighting because one of you don't want to fucking communicate and you don't want to find a fucking solution because you want to keep doing what you're fucking doing and keep making hollow promises while you lie. I don't have the patience anymore. I'm done with the bullshit. And as I was saying earlier, while trying to get her fucking help, added help, trying to go to the place, well, there's only a few options that I had here in town. And I went to the one where she told me that she had a lot of support at and a lot of friends. And tried to get her, then explained to them that she needed added help to what she's doing already. She's trying to get help, and I give her credit for that. But she's still doing her shit. And I'm not taking the manipulation anymore. And because somebody's not getting her way, I'm not going to take these fucking bullshit fucking internal rages. I'm not going to take this bullshit silent treatment. I'm not going to take this bullshit deflecting. I'm not going to take this bullshit dismissing. I'm not going to take any of it anymore. I'm not the one who's been pulling this shit throughout our relationship. This all started with the guy named Cliff. That was the first one that I know of. And that was a good 10 years ago when she first started working at her first job after college. I don't even know how many that she may have been dealing with like that from school. So I don't trust her anymore. What she did is she just completely fucking blew it out of the water, and because she wants to do everything she can to be petty to avoid it. So I didn't fuck with her head and her heart for 10 years out of the 12 years we've been together. I didn't sit there and manipulate her to get what I fucking wanted. I didn't breadcrumb her to just give her a little bit and then take as much as I could from her until she started giving up. And then, I'm going to give you a little bit more. Oh, well, maybe things are going to get better. Nope, I'm right back to my shit. I give you 2 weeks of this, and then I'm right back to my shit for however long. I might even give you a couple days, and then I'm right back to my shit. But I will never stick to being committed to a relationship because I'm too busy fucking around with my friends, too fucking around for the sake of my mom to make her happy because she hates the guy I'm with, but I'm going to keep treating him like shit for her sake too. And my own because he's so easily manipulated. Yeah, I've been pretty easily manipulated, but the fact I'm recognizing her shit. She couldn't believe that I could literally call out her friend, act like her friend, and all that, just from the 5 minutes that I knew her and met her. She started laughing when I sat there and started acting like her friend. And she's like, holy crap, that's totally how she is. I said, it took me 5 minutes to get to know your friend. I said, I've known you since we're 14 years old. You think I don't know you. And I'm getting tired of being treated stupid on this. And it's like, if this is really what you fucking want, like, you're expecting me to take a fucking giant leap of faith based on fucking nothing to try and trust her throughout fucking winter to not do anything because there's no way I could come around and visit. to not do any of this shit. I don't trust her for nothing. And to have her turn around in a couple months like she's done before. So right now it's October, getting close to her birthday. She would be giving up anyways at this time. She's always walked out of me the last several years, or the last few years, between the 2nd and the 7th. Always she has walked out on me. I've got that multiple times since we first moved in here. Literally. And then after that, it'd be right around Thanksgiving, and then again around Christmas, New Year's. Only 1 year she didn't walk out on me about around Christmas, New Year's, and that was because she successfully got me thrown in jail. And all that shit started going through. And then she started using that as a manipulation tactic to keep control of me. She's all about control. She can't control what's happening around her in any way, shape, or form, or how people view her. You'll know it by how she treats you. I hope some of you out there who might be watching this that's friends with her, that she's suddenly giving you the silent treatment. How does it feel to be discarded right now? Or when that has happened, where suddenly one day she doesn't talk to you for weeks and then turns around. But anything, she blamed me for that. No. I'm not type of guy to withhold her from things. Yeah, I've had a big urge of doing that, and I told her that if this was to happen, this is how I feel right now, because we haven't worked anything out. We have not actually worked on solving anything, and I'm done with that. I'm not a high school kid or in my mid-20s where I can just forgive and then just sort of move on right away because being young and stupid. I don't have time for that fucking manipulative bullshit. I don't have time to sit here and keep dealing with somebody that I know is going to just keep doing what they're doing. They just want me to believe, and if I won't believe, they're just going to keep being mad and pissy. And it's like, I'm sorry. You've given me no fucking reason to believe you. You mean being around you for a month and a half after fucking 12 years of you lying to me is going to be like, oh, I'm supposed to just believe you're going to do this. I'm looking for actions, not for a brief moment, not for a brief second. I'm looking for somebody who's going to actually communicate when there's a problem, and even if they're the one in the hot seat, to be able to reciprocate to help find a solution to that problem that they helped create, or they did create all on their own. I'm tired. I do miss my kids, and the sad part is she did destroy that relationship between myself and them. I actually don't trust either one. I'm thankful that I'm getting to be able to rebuild that relationship with my younger son, and I'm starting to have some level of trust, but I do recognize that there's still a degree, even on his part, there's a little manipulation going on. I'm starting to pay attention to these different, I'm not sure what you call it, but these different signs or whatever that I've learned from my relationship, and I'm starting to see them in other people when they're doing the same shit. And it's like, no, I'm not playing these games. I've done taking the fall for too long, and I'm not doing it anymore. I'm done sticking by somebody who thinks that they can use me as their scapegoat and talk shit about me to other men to get their attention, and then talk shit about me to other people online to get them to feel sorry for her when she's out cheating on me and pursuing other fucking men. And it's like, look, if I didn't love you, why the fuck am I even here? It's not just the fact that there is a trauma bond in this, but I'm starting to break free of that. And I feel like the only reason why she really came back around is because things weren't working out with her with these other guys with money. Or if they were, she probably realized that she was losing me. And she feels that, to me, it feels like it's an ownership thing. She has to have the right to control what happens in my life. Because I can't see any different. I don't see a woman that loves me. She doesn't love me. You can't do the shit that you do, and then within 24 hours after you're pursuing someone and they treat you a certain way, and you're going, oh shit, you just treated me like that? Well, then I'm just going to contact my ex who I fucking used and lied to and fucking was chasing after other men behind his back. I'm going to contact him because I know he still loves me, and I'm going to get him to come back around. And she did that within 24 hours. Oh, I love you. I miss you. I'm so sorry. All this shit. It's like, you know what? I already know what you're doing, but I'm going to hear you out. I miss you and I love you too. Yes, I still want to be with you. Yes, I wanted to do this part, actually go to take this leap of faith type thing, but I really can't do that right now so long as you've shown me nothing but words and bullshit. And a lot of fucking bullshit high school temperamental angry little girl bullshit. I'm just going to either pout and internalize my rage so I can talk shit about you online or do something like that. Something. And I know right now it seems like I'm talking shit, and I might be, and I'm not intending to. I'm just talking about the situation. And it's like I've just gotten tired of fighting. I got tired of repeating myself. And I'm tired. And I made it very clear to her. I was like, what you've shown me and proved to me is that I can't trust you. I don't want to tie the knot with somebody that I have to fear is going to leave me in the next month, 2 months, 3 months. And then if we were to tie the knot, you turn around and fucking take me for everything I've got. Because I feel like the only reason why you're here at this point right now, because you magically decide to show up when right before my house was supposed to sell originally. And you want to work things out. So here's the problem. They did this exact same tactic when she left me in the snow the first time. She left on October 2nd, 2019. Ironic that I can remember these dates. And she came back maybe 2-3 weeks later, and she kept going, it's because you're crying, blah, blah, blah. Can I come back? She drives all the way down. She stayed just long enough so that when I went to town to go to the store, I come back, and I found that she'd taken my dog, Misha, and took her shit and left again. She's doing the same thing. She's just using me to get what she wants. And that's to basically get me to tie the knot so that way she can play me for all I've got. Get me to react to one of her gaslighting bullshit things. Use that as an excuse to pull some shit or get a divorce, and then take me for what I earned off of working my ass off on this house while she slept in bed or went and decided to go sleep with another man or decided to go chase after other men. I did all this fucking work here while she fucking used me. She helped with some things. And the only chores that she primarily helped on was the fact that she obviously needed clothes and wanted to eat off of something clean too. But yeah. And the only time she would get up and really, help out like in the house or do any type of cleaning was when I would leave for the weekend. Which would lead me to believe that she would have a visitor. Whether that was happening or not, that's what these things were giving me hunches. It's like, why is it that when I'm home, you're sleeping the whole fucking time? I get like an hour with you, and that's only when I cook you fucking dinner, we eat it, and then you go to sleep. But you've got all this energy to go hang out with these people. You got all this energy to do this shit around here like you're going to have a visitor. I pay attention to all these things. And I might be a little slow to the punch, but once I start realizing that I've got enough of this puzzle getting slapped together, and all you're doing is just filling in these different blank spots by what you're doing and what you've already admitted to and all that shit, it's giving me less and less reason to even bother. I'm tired of the bullshit. I'm tired of taking the blame for all the bullshit. I'm tired of wanting a relationship and somebody to prioritize it, to actually have some commitment, and when these problems are going on, they need to fucking face it and work with me on finding these solutions. If I was the one doing this shit and they were giving me this chance, I wouldn't be sitting here arguing with them about whether or not I should fucking make it up to them. Or whether or not I should work with them on correcting it. I mean, if a certain thing happens, should I bother helping them pay their fucking rent because I tried to get them help? Not my fault that she admitted some really fucked up things to me. And there's even one thing that she admitted half truths to years ago after she couldn't fucking hold it back anymore and already admitted guilt to that situation. She slipped and admitted again where our child was concerned. That was something I never knew about before this. So are you fucking kidding me? I'm pretty sure I got a bat here in the house or something. Because I could hear it, or a mouse. You hear the weird, like, type sound. But I've just grown tired of the crap. I've gotten tired of the stories, the manipulations, the half-truths, and all the secrets. All this fucking shit, this double living shit where she's got one life online, another life at home, another life at work, another life at her friend's house. She's like all these different people in one. And I'm really tired. I'm not putting up with it anymore. There's no reciprocation. And when someone tells me it's supposed to be a two-way street, in their mind, a two-way street is on their side, it's like this. And on the other side, it's like this. So it may be a single lane, may as well be a single lane road with a fucking sidewalk. You don't have to do anything. Just sit there and watch me do it all. And I'm not going through this again. I'm not doing it again. They're either going to fucking pull their head out of their ass and fucking work as a team and start fucking not just taking responsibility for their shit. Start communicating, quit fucking fighting or trying to deflect or avoid. Fucking communicate, work through this bullshit so we can find some sort of solutions. But since that's not happening and I'm pretty done with it, I'm not going any further until they decide, till they realize this. Not just decide, because they can decide they're going to play the game, keep playing this game, hoping I'm gonna fall for it at some point. No, what they're doing is they're making it worse. You don't marry someone you don't trust. You don't marry somebody that has no loyalty to you, no respect for you, has been completely dishonest to you, is keeping shit from you, doesn't want to fucking communicate and work out problems with you. They just want to sweep it under the rug. But if you did the exact same thing as they did, oh, they would fucking cut your dick off and fucking shank the bitch that you did it with. But in her case, she's got to protect the guys that she did it with. She protects the men she fucked around with behind my back, whether it was online or physically. She protects them more than she has protected me in this relationship from herself or anything else. She's used me as her fucking scapegoat. She's used me as her fucking bullshit story to get other fucking men to give her attention, while she uses me to get her friends and all these other people online to give her sympathy and empathy. She's destroyed a lot of fucking relationships around me. Between my kids, family, friends, all kinds of shit. And on top of all this other crap, and then some of the shit that I just learned, I'm not doing it anymore. It's like, grow the fuck up. 15, 16-year-olds can hold down jobs, pay their bills, have cars, pay, some of them who get emancipated pay their own fucking rent. But a lot of them are not mature enough to face their own bullshit when they fuck up. And I'm tired of dealing with that type of shit. I'll take responsibility for my actions if what I did ends up actually costing them something. I'll make sure that their shit's covered for a couple months till they find a fucking another job. You don't lie to everybody. And the fact that in just one link, you admitted to enough. And the fact that the arguments have been, oh, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. Really? And when you're going to show me that, you're going to try and deny what you admitted to multiple times. Don't do it. Don't be stupid, because it's going to get worse. You need to get more help. You need to start not just saying, oh, I accepted it. You haven't accepted what you did if you can't even face it. You need to accept the fact that you have to face this shit. This is not getting better. And it's coming to the point, it's like, I love you, but I can't help you. I can't stand with you and watch you drown yourself in your own fucking bullshit, because you won't grow the fuck up. I can't keep taking the fall for your bullshit every time you get mad. I can't keep fucking taking the blame every time you want to be fucking disloyal. I can't keep fucking dealing with this shit. And the least you could do is, if you really wanted it, you could have proven me wrong otherwise and actually not just been able to communicate in these situations and not just hear me out and understand, but reciprocate so I can understand more on your part so that we know how to come to a fucking common ground and find a solution to this shit. Nope. I made it clear from day one. After learning all that, I made it very clear. This is not happening if this doesn't happen. Because you don't get in a relationship with someone and do this if you can't even start to trust them. You can't see any change in them. They're still doing the same fucking shit. And I'm not going to go the rest of my life fighting someone to grow up. If you're doing some fucked up shit to your spouse behind their back and they find out about it, you need to not just fucking communicate about it with them, whether you fucking like it or not. You need to be willing to reciprocate that communication so that they understand your part, understand what's going on, so that hopefully you two can find something in the middle so that you can find some way to start finding solutions for the problem. You can't do it. That's not a relationship. And I don't want to be with somebody that I feel like I have to basically bust their fucking phone. I don't want to be with someone like that is giving me no reason to trust them. But their fucked up word. That means nothing because they've shown nothing to back it up. Well, you just have to fucking accept it or that's how it's going to be or you're going to lose me. Fine, I'll lose you. That's where I'm at. Fine, I'll fucking lose you. You want me to pay too much of your fucking rent? I might do that. I'm not paying for your car. I'll pay for your fucking rent. It's you to get a job at that point if that's what happens there. Because you can't seem to fucking actually address your shit. You're too busy going, oh, it's because of what my mom did to me. Oh, it's because of what my dad did to me. It's because of this. It's because of that. That's what we talk about, all this and that. But then sit there and go, well, I do talk about this. Then really, I don't believe so. And if you do, you're not giving the whole fucking truth to that doctor. So they cannot even address it in a proper fucking way. I can't take it. I have never been with an honest, faithful woman before. Never. I don't know what it's like to have a relationship with a woman who doesn't lie to you and cheat on you. I don't know what it's like to be with a woman that doesn't expect you to fucking do all this excessive shit, but doesn't want to do their part. It's the us and them bullshit. That's the type of relationships I've had. All of them start, every relationship, it doesn't matter who you are on the planet, when you get with somebody, they usually always start out pretty good. Even if it's someone that you split up with, had a bad history with to some degree, or had a bad breakup, and you guys end up running into each other, or you still communicate, found that spark again, and you try again, it starts out good, and then it turns bad. It not everything necessarily turns bad, but you have your bad moments. The fact remains, I've never been with someone who's never cheated on me. I don't know what a faithful woman is. I hear about it online all the time. I see it, and of course the primary thing I see is how it's always fucking men, which I know men are fucking pigs too. I am a man, I just happen to not be your typical, and I'm not no fucking fruitcake either. I like my cookies, if you know what I mean. It's just, this is really... It's drug out too long. You know, you've been with someone for 12 years. They've been dishonest to you for that 10 of it. And they can't see why you can't trust them. And they just want you to take their word. When there's nowhere in that timeline they could even put anything like that on me because I stayed faithful. I stayed loyal. No matter how hard it fucking got. When we split, yeah, I'd talk to whoever I want. When we got back together, I was right back to cutting people off. I didn't have interest in going and chasing down other relationships. I didn't have interest in anything like that because I was still hurting. I was still trying to get over her fucking leaving, and then when I'm still getting over it and I'm getting there, oh, she's right back in my life again. Like right before I really start to really get on my feet, it's oh, she's back around. Cool, I'll go back because I love her. I do love her, and I recognize I loved her before I've been dealing with this shit. And now that I recognize trauma bonds, I recognize these manipulative tactics, all this shit. It's not working for her anymore. She's losing me because of the same shit she's been doing for too long. How many times do you explain the same shit, try to even converse to deal with these fucking problems, and you're met with the same bullshit that you've always been met with? I already know it's just going to be, oh, I'm going to go online, I'm going to talk shit and talk about how I got hurt because I didn't, she's not going to sit there and tell them why. I'm just a piece of shit. Again, all she's wanting to do is tell everybody how my reactions are to her fucking shit. To her fucking lying, to her not being faithful, to her not even being committed one bit. She just wants to tell me about it, but I ain't seen it. I just hope that woman wakes up finally. At some point, finally wakes up. Whether I'm here, there, or not. Whether we're together or not. Whether she loves me, likes me, hates me, or fucking despises me. I don't give a shit on that part. I do love that woman, and regardless of what happens between us, I just hope she gets better. I want her to have a better self again. I want her to be fucking having a better life for once for herself, and not just in a relationship necessarily. But what she's doing is she's destroying herself, and she's dragging other people down with her. While others who are standing around watching that have really no fucking clue of the truth, they're either enjoying the pain that she's causing a family of people and that she has caused, let alone myself. You got others that want to come close to her, but all they're going to get is cut and maimed unless she allows them through that gate. And as so long as they keep taking that bullshit, those lies, and just keep believing it. It's like, I'll let you close to me so long as you don't see who I really am. She's not really a horrible person. She built up some really fucking horrible habits, and I can't stick by. I'm trying, and I'm trying to give benefits, all that. But if I can't see the effort, and it's constant deflect, and let's just try to sweep it under the rug, but it's like, no. I had to put up with hearing you about your ex-husband and his infidelities for God knows how long, outside of another situation between them, because outside of the kids. And so it's like, how many years did I have to deal with that shit? But she can't even deal with a month and a half, let alone the fact that everything I'm learning, it's all new to me. But for her, yeah, she got off on it and got to sleep on it. Oh, I moved on from that. Yeah, you obviously did. You went from one person to another person to another person, and it wasn't working out possibly the way you wanted, or you intentionally was willing to make some sacrifices on, without them knowing. And frankly, those people I did contact and let them know to stay the fuck away, because they don't even know who the fuck you really are and who you're fucking really helping her hurt. Let alone if she's even telling the fucking truth. You don't know what the fuck, who that person is. It'd be like me getting some random person that sends me a friend's request, and I start fucking hitting on them and getting their sympathies to get their attention to feel special. How do they know I'm not lying? Because this person wants to tell me I'm attractive, and I want to feed off that, and I'm going to escalate that. And then when I'm trying to get with them, I'm just going to turn around and go, yeah, I blocked these people because they're creepers. No, you are literally pursuing them. There's at least 5 people. One of them straight blocked you. The other one treated you like a fucking hooker. The fact that people are comfortable enough to come to you to ask for money and sex told me everything. It's like, I don't need to know more. I need you to just straight up fucking be honest, fucking communicate in this process so we can find some sort of common ground to be able to find a solution to this shit. So that I can not only trust them enough to be around them again and try to pursue that again, but they gave me nothing. All they told me is that they're going to keep doing what they're doing and they're going to keep making hollow promises to me. The same fucking shit that I've gotten every other fucking time she threw me away. The same shit that she basically told me every time to come back. Then do it all over again. I'm not playing the game. I would rather be alone the rest of my fucking life. And even then, as is, after her and I split, I'm going to my doctor's the next day, she's telling me she cheated on me. And then wants to lie to everybody. Oh, no, that didn't happen. Really? Because you straight up fucking admitted that you did. And I got you twice now admitting to it on recording. Why? Because I'm tired of you lying to people. I'm tired of you fucking telling me one thing, or you might tell me the fucking truth of what you're doing, knowing it's going to fucking hurt, and then you tell everybody else a different thing. You're going to lie. You're literally pursuing other men in the middle of our relationship. Whether you're doing something with them physically or not, it's the fact that you're doing that online and all this shit. And you want to talk about feeling humiliated. You literally went around telling everybody what kind of piece of shit I was and all this crap while you were fooling around with other men online, and it led you to literally physically having sex with another man while we were still together. And you waited till the next day to bother to say anything, and yet you were hoping to pursue that relationship till he blocked you. But it turned out he was a married man with 4 children, and yeah, the argument is, well, he's getting a divorce. He was still married. That marriage is still there until the divorce is final. You went and fucked around with a married man and more or less helped add to that problems. Because for all you know, that divorce may not go all the way through. He might have second thoughts, want to work it back out with his wife. No, you literally fucking went in and helped him wreck his family. The fact that that you two were pursuing each other while he was fucking married and wasn't even, as far as I know, wasn't even in the middle of a fucking divorce. That would technically be 2 marriages that person was involved in helping wreck. Whether she did it on purpose or not, I don't think so. She was an accessory to it, though, that's for sure. I'm supposed to forgive overnight for this shit and just forget about it. I'm not supposed to have a problem. I'm not supposed to be hurt. I'm not supposed to be anything. I'm supposed to just allow it to be. Because consequences are above her or below her. Taking responsibility for hurting someone like that for so many fucking years is beneath her. She's better than that. But nobody else is. So I'm really tired of shit. And realistically, just being here, I'm just more or less saving time. I'm having to drive in the morning to get here to finish off the bathroom. Because I actually got the pieces to finish the toilet, the anchor pieces and all. I mean, technically, I could do it tonight. I can finish at least the toilet tonight. Excuse me. But I just don't have it in me to keep dealing with this shit and keep fighting to try and save something that they don't want to save. And it's like my hands are tied and I'm burned out. I already know this stuff. Yeah, I'm back on that emotional roller coaster again. I was actually doing pretty good there for a while. And all I've been is hurt since that person came back to my life because I keep finding one thing after another. And then she wants to keep trying to get me to believe like, oh, this is all over. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. It's like, yeah, but your actions and your attitude are showing me different. When I try to even talk to you about this shit, to try and find a solution, your attitude is, oh, you're trying to humiliate me. You're trying to shame me. Those mean the same thing. And the only reason why you'd really feel any shame is because you know what you did was wrong. You feel guilt. And I'm not going around telling everybody to fucking hate on you. I don't want anybody to do that because she's already punishing herself enough. Nobody needs to fucking go and pull some shit on her. She needs more help than what she's got. She needs a better support system than what she's got because the people that she's got to support are the people who helped her fucking make these stupid choices. Whether they fucking know it or not. Anyways, it's obviously after 2 a.m. now because it's like 45 minutes in, and I was trying to keep it shorter, and every time I do these videos, I try to keep it short, and I just keep going. I'm just tired of the fighting, and I'm tired of the lying and the manipulation and the avoidance bullshit. Let's, hurt you as much as possible and as badly as possible, but let's just think that I'm going to say I'm sorry and that's all you're going to get from me. That doesn't work that way, especially with this. It's like, no, you need to sit down, have a real conversation so that some sort of solution can be found or an agreement to where there's some level of trust and respect that can be regained, because I don't have much respect for them anymore, really. You can't keep treating someone like that, keep lying to them and keep telling them, oh, no, this is the truth. No, well, this is the truth. Oh, well, yeah, this is the truth. Okay, well, yeah, you're right there. How many times does somebody have to keep realizing you've just been lying a lot? And even if you're not now, you've got so many dirty, fucked up, sick secrets of things that you did during the relationship. I can't be with you. You can't communicate. And you want to keep deflecting, avoiding, and just every response is just like a little angry high school girl. I'm either going to, I'm just tired of it. And they've been given nothing but an opportunity to start correcting it and take action, not just tell me about it. Because I don't believe them. They've told me all this other shit that they were doing. Yeah, I'm going up to OHSU to get, a CAT scan for my migraines. And you did that because that night you were up cheating. You were up in somebody else's bed that night. So I'm supposed to believe what I'm just told. Anyways, have a good night. This has turned into more or less just a really big bitch session versus a ramble. And I'm just, I've already said enough. I just want somebody to get some fucking proper help, added help, and to just knock their shit off. Whether they're with me or not, they don't need to be fucking hurting anybody like that ever again. Let alone it's them that's going to get hurt the most. And they do it to the wrong person, they won't get anything remotely like what they've gotten from me, which is basically nothing but somebody trying to communicate, compromise, find some form of common ground so that we can move forward. Find solutions and move forward. She don't want to do that. So I'm not going to wait for somebody who's already shown me that this is all they can do. I'm going to I've got to continue to focus on my healing. They actually pull their head out of their ass and can actually show it. Then I might give them that fucking time, but I can't do it. I'm not risking this anymore. Whether they fucking like it or not. They lost control of somebody that they wanted to own, basically, and control the rest of their lives. And so you can't do that. You can't control the person you're with. That's not teamwork. You can't manipulate them. That's not teamwork. You can't be fucking lying to them like that to manipulate them and do all this fucked up shit. That's not teamwork. That's not a relationship. That's you fucking owning someone and doing what you fucking want to them. With no fucking repercussions whatsoever. And it's come to the point, crossed way too many fucking boundaries. Like, there's boundaries that I had a long time ago that have been straight up shattered. And at this point, no more. I'm rebuilding them. And there's one boundary that it's like, no, you're not crossing that one. You've done crossed it. This isn't happening again, and you're not going to lie to me anymore. I'm tired of this shit. Yep. Don't get a whole ton of light here right now, obviously. It's just a little lantern and the fireplace. So I'm going to get to watch my show and get this uploaded, because by the time it gets up, it's probably going to be like 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the morning. This shit takes a while. Verizon sucks on reception. It gets a little better reception here than it does up at my folks' place and in that area. It's shit reception up in the metro for me. Unless I get away from buildings. As long as I'm about 100 feet away from any building, I get alright reception. Here I get a little better, but it's still a little slow. Have a good night. Thanks for watching.